Hey, what's going on guys, WatsonKHD here, back again with another video, and in today's video I'm going to be giving you some tips to hopefully help you perform better while PvPing in Red Dead Online. Now to many of you these tips are going to seem pretty basic, but there is a decent amount of people out there who don't know about these tips or just don't use them or just don't simply pay attention to them. So hopefully I can help those people and all of you use these tips to get better at PvP. Anyway guys, I don't want to take up too much of your time, so without further ado, let's just get straight into the video. Starting off, I would strongly recommend that you have your weapon reticle set to simple and the dot size set as default. Now the dot size I would recommend as default simply because it makes it easier for you to see. There's no real advantages in my opinion in having a smaller dot. So just keep that as default so it's a little bit bigger and makes it easier for you to see. Now the simple reticle will give you a white circle outline, and this outline basically acts as a visual indication as to where your current shot is going to potentially hit. Now this circle can actually shrink, and the more that it shrinks the less your bullet will spread and the more accurate your shot will be. Now if this circle shrinks until you're left with just the dot, that means your shot is going to be as precise as it can be in your current situation. Now some factors can affect this. These include what weapons you're using, whether you're running or stationary, and whether or not you're crouched. If you're stationary, your shot will be obviously more accurate than when you're moving, and the circle will shrink faster. However, if you're crouched, the circle will shrink even faster than that, giving you an even more precise shot a lot quicker. Now if we take a look at this gameplay here, as you can see for the most part I'm stationary when shooting these enemies, but you can see how quickly my circle shrinks and how precise each shot is. Each of these shots are headshots and I don't miss a single bullet. Now another setting that you will want to change is your aim look acceleration and your aim look dead zone. So for both the third and first person cameras you will want the acceleration to be at max and the dead zone to be all the way at the bottom, and this will allow us to snap to players a lot quicker and allow us to take aim and get a more accurate shot faster. This can give you a massive advantage when playing and is something I'd strongly recommend to all players, not just newbies. So if we go back to that same clip, you can see just how fast I snap between each player. Two of them are looking straight at me. I kill one of them before he can even get a shot off of me. Bearing in mind I had already killed someone at that point and was currently loading the next bullet into the chamber, and the other player didn't even have enough time to pull out his weapon to shoot me. Something else which is useful to know is that you can actually change your camera angle by pressing left on the D-pad. This will allow you to essentially peek around a corner without the enemy even being able to see you. This is something extremely useful as you're not exposing yourself but you're still able to see the enemy and get a clean shot. So I'm going to show you a few clips where I use this. I may not always get the kill and I may get killed from another direction, but the fact is that I don't get killed by the player originally shooting at me, and I can see where he is while he can't see me. Something else I would strongly recommend doing in kind of like emergency situations is diving. Diving works wonders when you're trying to throw off someone's aim, especially if they're not getting accurate shots. And in some cases, this will allow you to come back like I do here and kill someone shooting at me. Now even though diving can help, it can also drain your stamina bar pretty quickly, so use diving sparingly and only when you really need to. But it does help in quite a few situations. Now this one is probably a given, but crouching is something that you will want to do a lot more in PvP as well, as it actually does keep you hidden more on the minimap and your footsteps will be a lot quieter, so enemy players won't be able to hear you come in so easily. So something that a lot of you may want to look more into is improvements to your weapons. Things like improved sights, rifled barrels and extended barrels will give you more range and accuracy and overall help you get more precise shots from greater distances. The only annoying thing about improving your weapon is that it does cost a lot of money, so it only improve a weapon that you're going to mainly use for a lot of gunfights. Something else which I do quite a lot and can save your life quite a lot is melee attacking and tackling. If you're ever in the position where you're literally right in front of someone, always go for the melee or tackle. If you melee, the chances are you will kill them, and this is because they will most likely be trying to aim at you with their weapon, but you're hitting them, you're throwing them off their aim and causing them to stumble. They won't have a chance to get a clean shot on you. Now if you're tackling, this is even better. You can pin them to the ground, allowing you to subdue them if you can spam the button fast enough, or you can even hog tie them if you have a lasso out. Hog tying them will give you a few seconds to get your bearings and decide what you're going to do next. Now there's also been times where I've tackled someone when I've been close to dying and a teammate has come and killed them. Although I didn't get the kill, it could have potentially saved my life. Something else that you guys are going to want to invest some time and money into is ability cards. These cards can give you some amazing benefits, from regenerating cores faster to dealing more damage and taking less damage. If you have a good loadout of different ability cards, you are going to be a much more efficient player. I would also suggest upgrading these as soon as you can. This will increase each of the abilities' benefits, and picking the right cards can be a really good and useful investment. Now, one last thing is make sure you have plenty of consumables. This is going to help you a lot, and the main reason for having plenty of consumables is because your cores can drain so fast if you're not careful. So being able to replenish those cores at any time is always something that you would want to do. Now, while health and stamina regen by themselves, Deadeye doesn't, so Deadeye can give you a huge advantage should you know how to properly utilize it. And if you're one of those people who are good with Deadeye, this is something you want to constantly be able to refill should you ever need to. So just as I'm recording the outro, there's one other tip that I want to give you guys. Play with an expanded minimap. You'll be able to see enemies in an increased radius on your map, and it is super helpful when playing PvP. You can increase the size of the minimap by holding down on the D-pad and pressing the corresponding button as shown on your screen to expand the map. Anyway guys, as that's the last tip, this brings us to the end of the video. Like I said at the beginning of the video, some of you guys may have already known all of these, and a lot of these are basic, but not enough players are utilising all of these different things properly. Now, if this video has helped you out at all, then a like down below would be greatly appreciated. If you could share this video around, that would mean a bunch to me. And if you haven't already, then make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn notifications on to stay up to date with everything I upload. I hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you all in the next video.